Welcome back. I am your host, Cristina Pagan. Bronx Connect is a faith and community-based program that is working to create positive alternatives to detention and incarceration for people in the Bronx. Joining us for a closer look at the organization and their work, we have Executive Director Reverend Wendy Calderon and Director Tara Brown. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.
Great day.
Yes, it is a great day, right? Beautiful day. Can you tell us a little bit about Bronx Connect, its origins, and what it does?
So Bronx Connect began as a challenge to the faith community of the South Bronx to address high-risk youth who do not go to church. So it was the church works with young people who may go to church because they have family members in church. Well, what about really high-risk youth who don't ever sit? Does the church offer enough community to change the trajectory of their lives? And the answer has been an astounding yes. For 16 years, we've been supremamente, just wonderfully successful. We have a long-standing 83% success rate within 1 year, but we actually have been studied. Over 5 years, we have a 12% felony conviction rate, which is great. So a young person who had a felony as a youth, 5 years out, only 12% get a second felony. That's actually excellent that
is
88% of them stay away from high-level crime.
Because most adults, when they come out of incarceration, turnover, repeat, and
I think
so
it's like an 86.
it's very high.
It's extremely high. It's a waste of money because incarceration is not rehabilitative. It's punitive. But if you don't help people get jobs or help people get skills or change mindsets, then you're actually just feeding the incarceration beast, which makes somebody other than us rich.
Absolutely. And it's important to reach the youth, right? You were going to say?
Indeed, and I think what brings about such an enormous change in the lives of young people and young people in the Bronx, because in one of our programs, our Alternative to Incarceration program, there are in fact programs designed to really meet the needs of the young people. So a young person is arrested, they are afforded the opportunity to enroll in our program so that as opposed to a felony charge, they would get that reduced to a youthful offender or juvenile offender status once they complete our 9 to 12 month program. And so there are services such as job readiness services where they're learning how to interview, they're learning how to go about seeking employment. They learn how to indeed write their own resumes, how to dress. We provide academic assistance, reading and math assistance so that the basic needs can be met. And if they are not enrolled in school at the time that they have been told by the court that they can enroll in our program, we support them and try to assist in finding GED programs or academic support programs, because we know the higher, the less likely a child is to enter high school or to complete high school, the more likely they are to find themselves in jail or unfortunately in prison. There are just so many programs and services that we provide to meet their needs, as well as case management.
Wow. And you guys said you have an event this week. What is that event?
So this week we actually have a Cure Violence site. Our program is Alternative to Justice, Supreme Court, Family Court. We also do community outreach. We empower parents to advocate. And then 2 years ago, we were brought into the Cure Violence Network around New York City. And this is this is Anti-Gun Violence Month, or Gun Violence Awareness Month. That's why we're wearing orange, or something related to orange. We tried. So close, right? But so it's Gun Violence Awareness Month, and this week our site will be having an outreach. And for more information, anybody who's interested should go. We're in East Concourse, 167th and Finley. They just go to bronxconnect.org and they'll get all the information there.
And so what's so exciting about this week's event, that it mobilizes the community, number one, to know that they can be a part of curing violence. We know that major diseases, really you need a whole community, you need a country, you need a nation to buy in. And in the area of cure violence, we need the neighborhoods to buy in and say, hey, help reduce gun violence in your neighborhood. So there are walks, there are conversations, there is communities going to various locations in our catchment where people have been shot and or killed during this last 12 months. So we invite everyone to please go to our website and call us and check us out, and maybe you too want to do your part and seeing what you can do about reducing gun violence, not only in that particular community, the borough of the Bronx, New York City, our state, our nation.
Right.
It's so needed at this time, unfortunately.
It is. It's very important. That's one of the biggest debates happening at the moment, gun control, gun protection, awareness about guns and stuff like that. The sit-in they had at the Senate, the House the other day.
Yes.
So, but you were talking about also empowering parents. Can you explain a little bit what that means?
So we actually this year started a parents advocacy group, and that was for parents with youth involved in the justice system. So, when your young person gets caught up in the justice system, it could easily be for an infraction the cost of $2. In fact, it made news that the NYPD sent a helicopter out for a young man who ran away from a fare jumping. For a $2.50 fare, they sent up a helicopter. It's great use of money there.
A little overdramatic,
right? So, so the idea is parents who never had that happen to them. It's like your child has been taken to another land. They don't understand the language. They don't understand the process, and again, they may not even understand how to advocate. So we have. For 16 years, we've served parents. We have 2,000 kids who've come through our program successfully. So we seeking to gather those parents, plus any parent, this is not only our program, who has a young person involved, to get them to learn how to advocate for their young people. So right now, New York State is arguing and contemplating and fighting to reduce the age of adult accountability. New York State, there are only 2 states that charge a 16-year-old as an adult, and we are seeking to move the powers that be to move the age up to 18. Parents are very important in that conversation, because when a 16-year-old gets charged as an adult, they don't have juvenile services, they don't have intervention services, and the punishments can be much longer because they're seen as adults. And we all know that 16-year-olds are not adults. That's why they can't smoke, that's why they can't drink, that's why they can't vote, right? That's why they can't join the military, but they can go to jail at a very high rate. Right?
Right. And we want to prevent that from happening.
So if people are interested in parents advocacy, they can also go to BronxConnect.org, or they can email info@BronxConnect.org, and we will pass that information on.
And another wonderful thing we happen to be doing this week that involves parents is we're meeting the needs of parents who have been affected by gun violence. So this week at our office, we are having a spa day for parents who unfortunately have had children or loved ones who have been killed as a result of gun violence. And we'll be so generous to say if 3 to 5 families would call us, we would love to sponsor at our site with other parents, other moms. This is our 2nd year this year that we're sponsoring a spa day for these wonderful women who've been affected by such a tragic loss, and we would love to invite them to come and experience some support, some getting your eyebrows threaded. You know how important that is to making us feel good. When we look good and we're receiving some love and support, we feel a little better. So we would love for them to go to BronxConnect.org and give us a call, and the first 5 callers or those who email, we would love to have them spend the day with other mothers who've been affected by such a horrific experience.
So what number should they call?
They should call 718-402-6872. That's 718-402-6872, and that should be extension 105.
Oh, extension 105. So the first 5 callers at extension 105.
We'd love to love on them and invite them in.
That'd be a beautiful thing.
And it's more than just a spa day. It's teaching our community to take care of our own mental health. Because people of color, we we don't take care of our mental health. We say, oh, it's just stress, or oh, it's a fault. And we don't understand that depression can be addressed, should be addressed, and we need counseling, we need support. You go through a horrendous experience like losing a child or a family member to gun violence, you need to reach out for support. So this is our way of helping the parents see that they need to self-help themselves, and when situations are dire, they need to get professional help. This is our in to the community.
Yes, and what comes with joining us for that evening is actually the opportunity to speak to someone and also to get a referral. Maybe by spending the evening with other people who've experienced the same thing, they might at that point consider getting a little bit more formal support and assistance. So that's really the objective at the end of the day.
It's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much, ladies. So that's BronxConnect.org. You can find all the information about all these events and programs and things that are happening. Thank you so much for joining us.
And find us on Facebook and on Twitter.
Facebook
Bronx
and
Connect.
Twitter. Oh, social media is everywhere. We have to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Open.